I'd like to introduce one of my board members who's also our mistress of ceremonies. You can call her Mistress Jessie. And she's also the executive director at the Fitchburg Cultural Alliance. And we've been just thrilled that she put so much energy into making these happen.
All right, welcome to our third Fitchburg History Trivia. Number one is A.J. Tourigny. A.J. is a proud Fitchburg resident, Monty Tech alum, and Ohio State University grad of 2014. He currently serves as a special assistant to the president of Fitchburg State for Community Governmental Affairs and Special Projects. He is the son of Donna and Ron Tourigny, and his favorite author is Dr. Seuss. And not surprisingly, his favorite TV show is The West Wing, and his favorite movie is Men of Honor. And not sure what it means that his favorite author is Dr. Seuss. If you're looking for him in Fitchburg, check his favorite Fitchburg spots, Hollis Hills and Slattery's. Or he may be scuba diving or shooting at the range with his dad. Either way, you'll know he'll be listening to Luke Combs and the Temptations. In an obvious bid to win over the audience, he tells us that his favorite color is Fitchburg red.
Well, that's not fair.
Our next contestant is Kisha Tracy, and Kisha G. Tracy is an associate professor of English studies, specializing in early British and world literature, and the chair of the general education program area at Fitchburg State University. She received her PhD in medieval studies from the University of Connecticut, and in addition to several articles, she has had 2 books published about the Middle Ages. Her main research interests include medieval disability studies, particularly mental disability, cultural heritage, and the scholarship of teaching and learning. She is the co-founder of the academic organization The Lone Medievalist, and has been awarded both the Faculty Research and Scholarship Award and the Vincent J. Mara Excellence in Teaching Award at Fitchburg State. Our third contestant is Ellen D. Geronimo, and Ellen says that the most important thing to know about her life is that she loves this city, and she has loved it since she was a little girl. Her parents did not grow up here, and when they came to Fitchburg, they fell in love with it, too. I'm reading well. Her grandfather owned the Shade Theater, and she has happy memories of coming down to Main Street for the theater and for dinners at the dining room of the Hotel Raymond as part of an evening out. Her father was the chairman of the local Democratic caucus, and her exposure to local politics led her to get involved too, when she saw local problems that she wanted to solve. For a while as an adult, Ellen and her husband Ralph lived in Salem, where she worked for the Chamber of Commerce. Back in Fitchburg, Ellen was a city councilor and a member of the Dukakis administration. She's excited for all the great opportunities that are happening in the city today. So welcome and thank you to all our panelists, and also thank you to Mark Bedanza, whose books were the source of much of our questions this evening. The first questions are going to be about the classic sport played each Thanksgiving in Fitchburg and Leominster, and then we'll branch out to some other turkey-themed questions, and we're taking the term turkey very loosely or liberally. Okay, so first question. In 1918, I'm going to start with you, Ellen, and we're just going to go down the table. We're going to, just so everybody knows, we'll just go panelist by panelist. If Ellen does not get the question, we go to AJ, and then we go to Kisha, and if they're stumped, I'm going to go to you. In 1918, Crocker Field opened, and all the games from 1918 to 1930 were played there. A site opened in Leominster after that, and the games alternated between the two cities. Where are the games played in Leominster?
It was something grounds. Oh boy. Robbins grounds.
What field?
It was part of what would become Doyle Field, the upper part. Yeah.
Yes.
Too hard, Ellen.
All right, Ellen. So you had more information there than I had. The money for the field, so AJ, this is the follow-up question.
Oh, yes.
The money for the field was given by Bernard Doyle, once the mayor of Leominster. And what industry did he make his money?
Jessie, I would venture to guess plastics. I could be very wrong, but
That's right. Plastics.
the city that shall not be mentioned is also here, by the way.
Well, we gotta have some balance,
Yeah,
right?
I understand.
Right? And his daughter Louise Doyle, we probably all know very well her name, but her land and her house was given, and it became a trustee's property, and is now the Doyle Community Park. Kisha, we're still on Crocker Field, and Crocker Field was the idea of a Crocker couple. And after their son came home from playing with scraped knees, which Crocker wife asked which couple to come up with a grassy play area for the Fitchburg kids? So so there's a lot of famous Crocker couples. So is it Minnie and Alva? Is it Charlotte and CT?
It's actually, you've got an old version.
Oh,
No, is the right answer up there?
all right. Minerva and Alva, Charlotte and Alva II, Faye and CT, or Jean J. and Bigelow, also known as Biggie.
The right answer is up there, right? Yes. Okay. I'm just double checking. I'm just making it. Faye and CT Crocker.
So there's 3 left. Ellen, would you like to?
Yeah, Charlotte and Alva the second.
Correct. Thank you. AJ, what famous landscaping firm designed Crocker Field? Designed some other key properties in Massachusetts.
Buildings or just properties?
Think of outside. So maybe
Landscaping.
there's a park in
Kringen, I'm looking at you. I do?
They did some things in Brookline.
Oh, they did, yeah?
Yeah.
They're really famous.
And a famous park in one of the biggest cities in the country.
The,
Go ahead.
No, I don't.
their father designed the first World's Fair land in Illinois.
I love how you're giving us more
I was
information we
thinking.
don't
I was
know.
also thinking of that. The only one I know is the current one that's doing downtown stuff.
Somebody's trying to tell you.
Oh, where? Something that's like a house, but homestead, perhaps. Would that be it? Would that?
Oh.
Brothers,
And
not
they're
sisters, but
brothers.
brothers. Yes.
The Olmsted brothers.
Ah.
So they're known for designing the Emerald Necklace and Central Park in New York City, and they have they have like a historic site in Brookline. All right, Kisha. Crocker Field is located on River Street, Broad Street, and Circle Street. What is the original name of the playing field that is located there?
I thought I knew this one, so thank you. I
And-
did know this one. I did not just get it from AJ.
No, not at all.
I knew it beforehand, but he did confirm my thing. Circle Street Field.
Yes! Huzzah! So here's a picture of some athletes. And
Some athletes. They might have played some sport.
well, we're still on Crocker Field, so AJ, recently there was a lot of money raised for the restoration of Crocker Field, and what did people purchase
I don't know it, but you should.
for this fundraiser?
Pavers at the entrance on the yeah.
Yes.
On the Circle Street side, right?
And or paintings.
And
So-
or paintings, yeah, of course.
Yes, but we
yes.
will accept the pavers
All right.
because that is a very, very key point. So thank you. So we are moving away from Crocker Field for a little bit.
Heaven. I was
And-
going to say, dear heaven.
we're going to go into a quick lightning round. And in this case, we're going to take the turkey theme and make the turkeys be all of us. And this is because the Historical Society discovered a folder from the archives that was marked Fitchburg Unknown Scenes. And when we looked into it, there are a lot of photos that are clearly marked as to what they are or easy to identify. So we're going to ask you if you can figure out what these photos are. So, all right, so Kisha, we're gonna go to the first picture.
Main Street?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even ask the question. But, all right, yes, that is Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
But if you knew that it was Jeffrey's Millinery and the Grand Union Tea Company, that is also appropriate. Okay.
I did not know that, so I'm glad you accepted me.
All right, Ellen, can you tell us where this is? And it was probably just restored.
City Hall.
City Hall.
Oh, the side door.
It is the side door. And it's and it's showing, so that photograph was of employees from 1894, and several of the employees' names were written on the back of the photo.
That's where Ralph dropped off every night.
So
Oh, that one. I know that one. I know.
I know this one.
Is there a question or can I just say it?
yeah, I think you can just say it.
Oh, Cogsall.
Right.
Oh, where's the question? Got it.
Yes.
I'm just
All
I
right.
didn't know I was waiting for somebody on here. It's Cogsall.
It's Cogsall. Wait. All right. Cogsall. All right, next one.
Oh, did we just jump in
Are
and
we
say
just
it?
yelling it out? Oh, okay.
Where is this? Kisha.
I had Cogsall. Oh. Is it still Cogsall?
That would be my guess.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay. All right.
I saw through the trick. Thank you. All right.
And our next photo. Ellen, do you know where this is?
I should.
Well, if you don't get it, maybe we can go to the next image and give it another hint.
Fitchburg State? No.
Not Fitchburg State, but maybe Fitchburg something else. AJ, you want to give it a guess? Keisha, or are we all conferring to try to figure it
Fitchburg
out?
High?
Huh?
Is it Fitchburg High? No?
St.
Nope.
Bernard's?
No. Any guesses from our audience?
Oh, go back to that building.
Oh, what was that? Sharon got it.
What is it?
What is it? The Civic Center.
Oh, my.
Hold on, that
It's Fitchburg,
Where's that
Wisconsin.
monument?
Oh, in Wisconsin. It's Fitchburg, Wisconsin.
So, I think all of us who looked at it first, I did too. I'm like, wait, is that still in
That certainly
Cogsall?
made me
What?
second guess myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
That's just tricky.
So that was Fitchburg, Wisconsin. And has anybody been? I know one person who's. Yep. Did you see that when you were in Fitchburg, Wisconsin? No. Next image.
Oh, I know where that is.
Oh, so where?
Who's it?
Whose
Me?
is it?
This is the old City Hall Council chambers.
Yes.
And those photos are here now. I
So that was
myself.
it was taken in
I said, "Those photos are here
1988.
now. I found them here myself.
And
Yes.
if you want to go back to the picture, you can see that the man at the back of the room was Representative George Burke, and then second from the right is John McCarthy.
And then
Oh,
this is
Jack. Oh, yeah.
and this is where you were, correct, Ellen?
That's where
Yeah.
we served. Yeah. And there's Joe Albert.
And those photos were a Fitchburg State College project way back in the day.
yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
The one on the
yes,
left
yeah.
is Joe Albert, George, Jack.
What year was
McCarthy.
that?
1988.
I was gonna say 80s. Yeah. Okay. Is that,
Keisha, do you know?
Post office?
No, is that the train station?
Yes, train station
Oh,
and station agent.
nice.
Nice, yes.
It's the old one that they tore down. They tore down to make way for automobiles on Boulder Drive.
It was a mystery photo.
Do we know what park it was in? Couldn't tell. I was gonna say Coolidge or Sima. Coolidge.
Maybe that
yeah.
should go up in the Facebook group and then see how many people responded.
Where's P-Cap with Dagley?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going back to Crocker Field. In 1936, there was a game at Crocker Field that has taken on legendary status for just one thing: That was the year of the Nashua River flood, and the Crocker Field hadn't really recovered in time for football. And then a rainstorm pummeled the area during the week before Thanksgiving. The field was a quagmire. At halftime, Leominster was ahead 6-0. That
Thank you.
did it.
What?
Oh, what I was gonna say. What did Amiot have his players do for the second half so that they then beat Leominster? Kisha.
I have no idea, but I'm gonna make up an answer. Yes. Which is, I think they put snowshoes on.
Ah, that's a good idea, but no.
That's what I would have done if I was there.
So Ellen, after this mud-soaked football game, what did the coach ask them to do in the middle of the game?
I don't know. I was only 1 year old.
There's only one.
But if they were, AJ, you want to take a try?
Let's see.
Yeah. Hey, take their uniform off
Yeah.
on dry clothes.
There we go.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
it?
That's it.
Oh, all right. Hey, there's my answer.
I still say snowshoes would have been a better option.
Snowshoes would have worked. So there's a picture of the flood, and that's the coach. All right, we're going to stay in the 1930s for the next question. So, Kisha, we're back to you. And Fitchburg had an unbeaten record, and they beat Leominster 20-12 that Thanksgiving. What had Leominster been? But before that, what had Leominster been coming into that game on that Thanksgiving day?
Undefeated.
Yes. They hadn't lost a game since 1931. They had all wins except one tie before that Turkey Day game when they lost. Ellen, we're back to you. Mm-hmm. What is the connection between the 2007 champion Red Sox team and the 1958 Thanksgiving Day Red Raiders game?
George Babe Ruth came to Fitchburg. And Clarence Amiot took him on a tour of Crocker Field. And Babe Ruth asked the question to Clarence Amiot. He said, "What professional team plays here?" And Clarence Amiot said, "The Fitchburg High School."
That's a lot of information.
But there is a story about that, but there's
gets
another
at least
connection
half a
that we're
point
looking
for
for. That wasn't it, but it was there. There's a question about that later. AJ?
There's more than that?
I would have said what she said.
They've been playing for the same amount of years?
No. Oh, it's father and son players. So Bobby Keelty was a Red Sox player in 2007, and his dad, Roger Keelty, was the star fullback for Fitchburg High School in 1958.
So I still think Ellen deserves a half a point.
I
I should read.
Ellen gets half a point for that. There's no way. Yeah.
It's a pretty good answer.
That was a great answer.
And there is, there's a Babe Ruth connection. So, Ellen, we'll go back to you.
Okay.
We're going back to 1924. There are a lot of stories about the 1924 team and games. One of the linemen on the 1924 football team had a grandson who became the mayor of the city of Fitchburg. What family are they both from? And I think I heard his name.
Wollicott?
Hmm?
Was it Alfred Wollicott? No.
Nope.
No. 1924. Yeah.
So the player was on the 1924 team.
And he had a grandson.
And any other guesses, AJ or Kisha?
Burke?
Any other if I gave some initials, how about if I give the initial of the mayor was DG? Would that help anybody?
Oh, Gilmartin.
Oh, you know, I
So Steve Gilmartin was the lineman, and then David Gilmartin was the mayor, and on the left is David Gilmartin, and then the picture on the right shows the mayor, and in behind you actually see our beloved Simone Blake receiving a check for the Fitchburg Historical Society.
Oh, that's Simone.
I think we went through everybody. So, Ellen, we're back to you, but you did mention Coach Amy Ott before, and one of his favorite sayings was bake 'em, broil 'em, and boil 'em, and what was he referring to? AJ?
The Leominster football team.
That's a good idea. Kisha?
I'm gonna go with potatoes.
Well, it's sort of kind of because that was basically the coach's instructions to all the team players' mothers how they should prepare the food they ate. He wanted it to be light and healthy. In 1924, Fitchburg did not play Leominster on Thanksgiving because of a dispute during the previous basketball season where Leominster filed a complaint against Fitchburg after Fitchburg player Irwin Beach punched a Leominster player for a good reason and knocked a tooth out. The school committee canceled games with Leominster in the 1924 season for a different sport. So, instead of Leominster, in Thanksgiving of 1924, who did the Raiders play?
And up here, I'm gonna go with Proviso High, Maywood, Illinois.
Yes. So the two teams had played several times in prior years, and this is known as an intersectional game. Fitchburg also played West Technical High School in Cleveland, Ohio, intersectional games in the early 1920s.
This is the first time it's ever been useful. I was from Illinois.
In 1964, the Fitchburg team was unbeaten with 2 ties and 6 wins. They also beat Leominster on Thanksgiving on their home turf at Crocker Field. What did the captain sneak into the locker room that they all enjoyed together with the coaches?
So it's a multiple choice.
So what little thing did they have? Did they celebrate with champagne,
Was it all above?
cigars, exotic dancers, or marijuana?
I'll guess cigars.
Yes, they did.
But I kind of wish you had guessed exotic dancers.
So, Crocker Field is on the National Register of Historic Places. One of the most, well, you might know this now. One of the most famous athletes who has come to Crocker Field saw the field and asked which professional baseball team played here. Who was the athlete? Was it Lou Gehrig, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, or Joe DiMaggio?
Well, I don't know any of them except Babe Ruth. So I'll go with Babe Ruth.
I don't know. Those points go to Ellen. Those points go to Ellen.
And with the help of Ellen.
We're still at Crocker Field. Every year in May, an event is held at Crocker Field. It used to only include high school juniors and seniors, but now it is open to many other grades. What is this event?
So according to AJ, the relay races?
Yes.
We're just gonna keep
Do
passing
we each
it
get a half a
down.
point? So my follow-up question is for you, Ellen. The relay races were begun by Coach Clarence Amiot in 1914, and originally, where did it run?
Was to the Fitchburg.
Okay, well, I was saying,
Oh.
yes.
Wait, they ran from.
They would take them on a
This is
trolley
the
or
problem.
something.
I feel like Ellen legitimately knows these things. AJ and I are just trying to figure it out.
What event did the relays replace that had traditionally been done with the juniors and seniors each spring? It's probably a little safer, but we also had mayors who like to do it to each other too.
Mayors like to.
What did you say?
Oh, fighting, wrestling, yeah, boxing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes.
Headley Bray.
Oh, was it Headley Bray?
Yes. So there
Oh,
used
yeah.
to be fist fighting between the juniors and seniors, according to a manuscript written by Phil Congdon. Not surprisingly, fist fights often cause injuries to the students.
Shocked, I tell you.
For the relays, later the route changed to Crocker Field when the Worcester to Fitchburg route was declared too dangerous. So I don't know what was more dangerous, punching each other or running from Worcester to Fitchburg. Kisha, we're going to wrap up this discussion of Coach Clarence Amiot with one last question. In 1958, the class of 1926 raised money to put Coach Amiot's picture in another city in Massachusetts. Where is it?
Anybody? Can I phone a friend? I don't have any friends to call for this one. Springfield.
Springfield, yes. I think we give that to the audience.
Just came to me out of nowhere.
He's at the Basketball Hall of Fame, and there is a bronze plaque there honoring him.
Okay.
Ellen, we're going to switch away from sports now, and we're going to talk about turkeys for the respectable women of Fitchburg. Okay, so our first question is about Addie Gillette of Fitchburg. What was Addie going to do on December 31st, 1897, before Mrs. H.C. Hartwell of the Fitchburg Women's Club made a telephone call that ground the whole process to a halt?
Oh,
What is it?
prostitution?
Actually, she's on the other end of the law. Do we have an answer from the audience?
You can tell them Shirley and Cindy.
Shakespeare said first kill all the... And so she was going to...
Kill the law.
No. She was going to become a... Yes. She was going to become the first woman admitted to the bar in Worcester County. But she was accused of having broken up a marriage of Judge Charles S. Hayden and becoming his second wife. As a respondent in a divorce, the court decided she was not sufficiently moral to become a lawyer.
Wow.
What year was that?
After a court case challenging the decision and a very public debate about double standards in the daily paper and threats to Judge Hayden's career, she was admitted to the bar in Boston and became the first female lawyer in Worcester County in the Wachusett Blank block on the corner of Day Street and Main Street.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? That's wonderful.
I didn't know that.
So we looked through the names in our index in our catalog, and the last name listed is Zink Mickey. Here's a record that he's part of. It's a photo of the Turner City Champs of 1920. The young men listed from left to right are Henry Stobel, Eddie Seart, Mickey Zink, Red Haynish, Dutch Spicer, Max Buck, Fred Bernert, and Max Hertel. Apologies if I mispronounced your name. Our question is, though, which immigrant group from Fitchburg started the Fitchburg Turners group? Wait, I think we are on Ellen. Extra point if you can say the actual original name this group was. I don't know, and the name Max kind of gives it away.
Oh, German.
German. And the original name was Turnverein. Turnverein. All right.
Okay.